Drill instructor Kravosh stood before the newest class of Galactic Marine recruits, his massive form casting a shadow across the assembled cadets. A decorated veteran of 30 campaigns, he had trained warriors from every corner of the Confederation. His standards were legendary, his washout rate even more so. Listen well, worms. His voice boomed across the training ground. Only the strongest, fastest, and most intelligent will earn the honor of wearing the Galactic Marine insignia. The rest of you will be sent home in disgrace. His eyes, all 6 of them, swept across the formation and stopped on the smallest figure in the last row. Cadet Alex Chen stood barely 5.5 feet tall, dwarfed by the towering Crothians, the armored shellbacks, and even the lithe Velicerns around him. You, Kravosh pointed a clawed finger at Alex. Human. Step forward. Alex moved to the center of the formation, standing at attention despite every instinct screaming to shrink away from the instructor's scrutiny. Tell me, human, Kravosh's mandibles clicked with barely concealed amusement, why would a species that can barely survive 1.2 standard gravity think they belong among the galaxy's elite warriors? Several cadets snickered. The Crothian to Alex's left, a hulking brute named Thaxmore, grunted dismissively. Deathworlders think danger on their planet makes them tough. Wait until they face real combat. Alex remained silent, jaw clenched. Nothing to say? Kravosh pressed. Wise. Words mean nothing here. Only results matter. We begin with the Crucible run, 20 kilometers, full combat load, standard Confederation gravity of 1.5. Top half advance. Bottom half go home. His grin was predatory. Place your bets on how long the human lasts. The course was brutal by design. Obstacles that would challenge even enhanced physiology, terrain that shifted between ice, sand, and mud, weighted packs that accounted for each species' natural strength. Alex's pack, adjusted for human capability, still weighed nearly 70 pounds. The starting horn blared. The Velicerns shot ahead immediately, their forelegs a blur. The Crothians powered through obstacles with raw strength. Alex settled into a steady pace, focusing on breathing, on rhythm, on the simple act of moving forward. By kilometer 5, the first cadets began dropping out. By 10, the Velicerns' early lead had cost them, built for sprints, not endurance, they collapsed in exhausted heaps. The Crothians, massive and powerful, struggled as the heat built up in their thick armor plating. Alex kept running. Sweat poured down his face, his legs screamed in protest, but he maintained his pace. This was nothing new. Humans had been persistence hunters for millions of years. Their bodies were designed for exactly this kind of suffering. At kilometer 15, Thaxmore finally noticed the small human still running steadily beside him. You, still here? He gasped, his breath labored. Still here, Alex confirmed, his own breathing controlled despite the agony in every muscle. By kilometer 18, it was just Alex, Thaxmore, and 3 others. Then 2. Then, as the final checkpoint appeared on the horizon, only Alex and the Crothian remained. Thaxmore glanced at his competitor with grudging respect. They crossed the finish line within seconds of each other, the Crothian first by a mere margin, but the human right behind him, still on his feet, still ready to continue if needed. Kravosh stood at the finish line, his expression unreadable. He watched as Alex, chest heaving, bent over with hands on knees but refused to sit down. Around them, cadets who had finished earlier or dropped out watched in stunned silence. Explain, Kravosh demanded, approaching Alex. Your species is weaker, slower. Your world's gravity is less. By every metric, you should have been among the first to fail. Yet you outlasted 90% of this class. How? Alex straightened, meeting the instructor's six-eyed gaze. With respect, sir, you're looking at the wrong metrics. Humans aren't the strongest. We're not the fastest. He paused, letting his words carry across the silent field. But we're the most stubborn. Our ancestors hunted prey by just, not stopping. We chased animals until they collapsed from exhaustion. We walked out of Africa and conquered every environment on our planet, from frozen tundra to scorching deserts, not because we were built for them, but because we refused to quit. He gestured at the course behind them. This is just Tuesday for a human. We call it training. Cravash stared at the small human for a long moment. Then, slowly, something remarkable happened. The legendary drill instructor's mandibles spread in what might have been approval. Cadet Chen, he said formally, you have earned something today. Not my respect, that must still be proven in countless trials ahead. But you have earned my attention. He turned to address the entire class. All of you have. The human has taught you your first lesson: never mistake size for capability, or silence for weakness. As the cadets dispersed, Thaxmore approached Alex, extending a massive hand. I underestimated you, human. Alex gripped the offered hand, grinning despite his exhaustion. Most people do. We're kind of counting on it. The Crothian's laugh rumbled like an avalanche. I believe I would like you on my fire team, stubborn human. The feeling's mutual, big guy. As they walked toward the barracks together, Cravash made a note in his datapad: human cadets, reassess all performance predictions. Endurance factor previously uncalculated. Species may prove more valuable than initial evaluation suggested. He paused, then added, recommend increasing difficulty of future crucible runs. The human looked like he